Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. And today we'll be covering Ultimate Nightmare issue number 3, the first story in the Ultimate Galactus trilogy. And in this issue, we see Ultimate Nick Fury and his Ultimates and another team residing of the Ultimate X-Men have broken into the hidden vault of Tunguska. This base is emitting a signal showing world-ending events across the Ultimate Universe, and it shows what happens when Ultimate Galactus arrives. What will we see in this issue? A lot of creepy shit, so if you're squeamish or don't like body horror, this might not be the one for you. And if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, we cover the original and the new on the channel, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's begin. The story begins with the Ultimates exploring the desolate vault of Tunguska, and they see numbers scratched into one of the walls. The year they started building, maybe, says Falcon. I'd have to say so, but keeping something like this for a secret for so long, even in Russia, it must predate the Cheka and Stalin spies, says Black Widow. Sam, Natasha, you want to take a look at these papers before we move on, says Fury. I'm just a little bothered by the date. Me too. If there was a military application to whatever's in here, surely it would have been used during the war, says Captain America. The nuclear mines are post-World War II. Maybe they didn't know what they had until it was too late. Let's see if there's a final entry. Sam, can I get some light? Ah, here we go. Yes, the staff here didn't get paid for 6 months. This looks to be around the year of 1994, so they literally just locked up and left, says Black Widow. And the thing is, Ultimate Captain America is disappointed by hearing this, and he lets the team know. I knew a lot of Russians. I could never imagine the Russians doing that. And Black Widow lets him know. You missed 60 years of disappointments, Captain. 60 years of the state saying they'd look after us, and then having no choice but to look after ourselves. Let's keep moving, people. Take the book and keep reading, says Fury. As they walk up ahead, Captain America notices something. Is that smell what I think it is? I can't smell much aside from the... Nah. That ain't what I think it is, right? It's old, but yes, it's droppings. And the thing is, now the Ultimates know they are not alone in this base. As we continue into the story, we follow up with the Ultimate X-Men. To be specific, Ultimate Wolverine, Colossus, and Jean Grey. And she lets them know, I can't believe none of us thought to bring flashlights. I can see just fine, says Wolverine. Oh, bully for you. Hold on, Wolverine says. And then we see him pick up a piece of wood and wrap it in cloth, and then ejects one of his claws, scratching it onto the ground, creating himself his own torch, and does it really well. Is this better? Asks Wolverine. Not really, no, says Colossus. But Jean Grey asks, how many people lived here, and for how long? That ain't the question I asked. I'm just wondering how many people died here. And then, Ultimate Wolverine looks at the ground to realize that he's stepping on rotten bones. And now the Ultimate X-Men know whatever is living in this base is not friendly. As we return to the Ultimates, we see they have their guard up, and Nick Fury notices something. Hold it, he says. Do you see something? Asks Black Widow. Yeah, I thought so. over there. And he points his gun, and we see a man in a tattered green suit with long hair sitting in the corner and laughing. As the rest of the Ultimates see this man sitting in the corner, Captain America says, "Hey Conrad, stand up. He's not going to understand you. We're not going to harm you. This is a rescue mission. Please stand up," says Black Widow. But then, the man just completely disappears. "Where'd he go?" says Falcon. "Stay cool, soldier. He's here." And he's still laughing. As the Ultimates point their guns at this man, Captain America tells Black Widow, "Tell him to put his hands on his head or I'm going to take him down." But Black Widow notices something. There's something on his head. Can you see it? But before we can see this thing, this man starts to levitate in the air, completely floating in a supernatural way. And then we begin to see it. This insane man has a horn on his head that seems to be broken, and all of the Ultimates are just kind of shocked by this man's appearance. And then we see a blue energy emitting from this horn and then attacks the Ultimates. Captain America thinks quick and uses his shield to defend his team. This blue energy seems to be emitting around the Ultimates, but then they begin to open fire at this man. But the thing is, it doesn't do any damage to him. The man with this crazy horn begins to attack Captain America, and Nick Fury sees that, and he tells the team, "Cover the captain. That means you, Wilson." And Ultimate Falcon is just like, "Yeah, your bullets ain't hitting him, General." And it kinda seems like he needs to take a breath between discharges. So I got a better idea. And then we see Ultimate Falcon stare down at this man, and Black Widow's wondering like, "Sam, just be cool." "Oh, you're not going to... Oh, you are. Sam, I have to tell you, the ceilings are a little low for you to be flapping off, and he doesn't look greatly impressed by your wings." And then we see Falcon get the wings out and straight up slash this guy's chest. And as Ultimate Falcon has successfully managed to subdue this man, Ultimate Nick Fury's like, "Yo, I actually take that back. I think you made an impression on him, Sam." Or in him, anyway. "Okay, let's see if the bullets work now." And then we see the Ultimates gun down this demonic man and kill him. And Fury's like, "Yeah, the bullets worked." "Nice work, Mr. Wilson," says Captain. "Sam, by the way, and I'm going to need some light." "What for?" "I'm carrying just enough tools to do a rough autopsy. I want a better look at this guy." As Falcon begins his autopsy, he notices some strange things about this body. This guy's 40, if he's a day, you know. Signs of starvation in the past, rough old life, and there we go. "You see that?" "Metal?" asks Cap. "Yeah, this horn was bolted onto his skull, hole drilled through his forehead there, and see the wire fed through into his brain, and his skin grew over the horn." Ultimate Nick Fury knows something isn't right here, and he says, "Let's take him upstairs for a better look. Fury to Helicruiser, come in." And he gets a signal spent back to him, and it says, "No escape. It comes, and there's no escape." Well, that's just great. We're too close to the source. It's blanketing the damn radio spectrum. And Fury lets the team know they've been cut off from the Helicruiser's communications, so now they can't get any backup or any reinforcements or any help until they find out what is emitting this signal. In the next page, we follow up with the Ultimate X-Men again, and they've walked into a tunnel that's got a dead end. End of the road, says Wolverine. But Ultimate Colossus gives his opinion. Could this place be so old that it's just collapsing in on itself? Perhaps that'd go some way towards explaining our mutant panic, trapped underground in a structure that's giving away. Wolverine goes in for a closer look at this dead end in his tunnel. Trapped maybe, structural collapse, not so much. This was put here, and Ultimate Colossus asks, Jean, what do you want to do? It's getting stronger. The noise. I don't want to waste time. We go through. And Wolverine begins to get snarky and says, so who wants to move this mess? The big metal guy? The move stuff with her mind chick? Oh, let me guess. Listen, if this junk turns out to be load bearing, I ain't digging myself out under no roof, okay? You people make me sick. Wolverine, don't kill that guy. Wolverine, save our useless butts and be nice about it. Wolverine, dig through a tunnel so we don't have to break our nails. Wolverine, use your special cut through anything clause to save us from having to do actual work. And then we see him claw at this giant mess, and then it unwakens a giant monstrosity of a monster that kind of looks like a mindless one. I don't know when the mindless ones were created in Marvel Comics, but this looks like a mindless one, but a 1610 variant of one. And Wolverine is shocked to see what he's just unleashed, and he's like, what in the hell? The giant monster grabs onto Ultimate Wolverine, and he lets his team know. It wasn't a blockage, it was a damn nest. Get the F off of me, you damn freaky piece of... And before he could finish his sentence, this monster, that kinda actually looks a bit like 616 Juggernaut, throws him at the Ultimate X-Men. But then, Ultimate Colossus finally decides to man up and says, I believe it's time I did some work. Ultimate Colossus goes in for a smackdown of a fight, but he notices something about this creature. At first I thought you were a robot, but I can smell you. You are a man, aren't you? A man with robot parts bolted onto him. You rust. Your body sweats into the metal and corrodes it. I wonder if you nested to stay dry and wait. Are those your prey? We came to find a victim, not monsters. And then this monster basically boxes Ultimate Colossus, sending him flying. This metal creature continues to beat down on Ultimate Colossus, but he's trying to tell it, you're too old, too ruined. If you hit me, we'll go through the floor. I can feel it, and you won't survive the fall. But it's too late. He beats on Ultimate Colossus until the ground gives way, and then we see the Ultimate X-Men fall down with him. And as the Ultimate X-Men make their fall and survive it, Ultimate Colossus sees that they are completely surrounded by these creatures, and finishes the sentence of, you won't survive the fall, and neither might we. And that is where Ultimate Nightmare issue number 3 ends. So that was Ultimate Nightmare issue number 3, and again, I absolutely love this story and this trilogy. One thing that I have to say about this story that makes it very distinct from other Ultimate Universe comics is this is a horror story. Like, this is a cosmic horror story set on Earth, you know, where we've got Galactus coming, and throughout the lead up to Ultimate Galactus, you just get this really eerie and dark story. The one when you have to go to Tunguska, when you find out what's emitting the signal, and then when the heroes have to prepare for Galactus's arrival. A lot happens in this story, and it's just fantastic. This specific issue, in my opinion, is probably the best one in Ultimate Nightmare, in my opinion, because it really does demonstrate this nightmarish event that's about to happen, and the lead up in this issue and just world building about this base and what lives in this base was absolutely superb, in my opinion. I don't even think I have any flaws with this issue, other than, you know, you don't really have any, like, proper, like, super powered characters other than Jean Grey and Ultimate Colossus for now. And I really like how they tried to make this story as grounded as possible, but they also managed to add that cosmic horror, you know, and body horror to this story, and even a bit of creepy pasta if you guys are into that kind of stuff. I get that kind of feeling from these monstrosity, these creatures that live in this space, and I think they did a fantastic job when writing this story and the creatures in it. In my opinion, I think this is a fantastic story and trilogy. If you want to know about the Ultimate Galactus Swarm storyline, I highly recommend reading this. So even though it's not your traditional Galactus, I really do think the storytelling and just how the world was built and like the threat of Galactus, it's very well done. Like it's moving, it just feels like a movie in a comic book. And that's something the original Ultimate Universe got down very well. Something that I think the new one just doesn't seem to have. Like, it doesn't feel very cinematic. This feels like a horror movie set in the Ultimate Universe, and they did a phenomenal job on this. I don't actually know a flaw. I don't have one for this specific issue. Like, I enjoyed it all the way through. I know what it's trying to tell me. The artwork is superb. I highly recommend this issue and the whole storyline in general. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this issue. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? You know what to do in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. And if you didn't, drop a dislike. It is okay. All criticism is welcomed here. And I will see you lot in the next video, and that should be Ultimate Wolverine issue number 2. I'll see you lot then, and you lot take care.